Hey guys, so this is one of my spotted African leaf fish. Um, I just got these guys. I got another one. I'll find them here in a second. I just got these guys a week and a half ago. Same time I got the tiger lotus plant. Um, Pretty cool fish. They swim from the bottom of the tank to about the middle of the tank. I like them. I like the way they look. They're really neat. They look kind of prehistoric to me. That's why I like them so much. Never had one of these before, so it'll be a learning experience, but I did do my research like you always should whenever you're getting a new species of fish that you don't know anything about. And what I found is these guys will eat live foods and frozen foods, but they're not real big on flake food. So I have a bunch of frozen food. He's been eating just fine. No problems with that. They're from Africa. They are seasonal when you can get them. I got I got both of them at Aqua Birds and Pets. I talked to them. I talked about them in my Tiger Lotus video. Check them out. They weren't expensive, $5 or $6. I like them. I just wanted to show y'all, what they look like. Let me see if I can find the other guy in here. He's a lot smaller and he is black. He's more of a black color. So sometimes he can be harder to find. He likes to hang out right there. I don't know if you can see. That's I think it's called a Raphael catfish. I've had him for a long time. Oh, there he is. There is my smaller one. And he's about half the size of the other one. So he definitely likes to hide a little bit more than the bigger one. But he's a little bit different color. He looks more black than brown. I know it's hard to tell. I'm trying to see if I can get a side shot of him. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe he'll come out. They're kind of curious fish, so when I come up to the tank, they come out to see if maybe they're gonna get food. He looks pretty brown in that. Maybe they get a little bit browner the bigger they get. He's definitely grown. I would say he's at least got a quarter of an inch longer than when I got him, and I've only had him for 2 weeks maybe. So he's definitely growing. He was definitely black looking, like he had like a gray color skin instead of the brown and then the black spots. But now he's definitely starting to get brown like the bigger one, so that's something I haven't noticed until now, which maybe that's what they do. Maybe as juveniles they're a little bit darker color, and then as they get older they turn that. Or it could be that the tank he grew up in, or the aquarium that he was in at the fish store, had a darker color to it, so he kind of changed colors to match the background. And as you can see in this tank, I do have the blacked out back of the tank, but I have a lot of browns in here. So I have the wood, I have the little car, the brown rocks. So maybe he's changing colors to match his environment, which I don't know. I didn't see any of that in the research I did, but they are the leaf fish and they're that way to blend in with leaves, and they've got that from evolution. So you would think that they would be able to change the pigments in their skin a little bit to match their environment. So those are my two leaf fish. They're pretty cool. There's the bigger one again. They are a schooling fish, so if you get 4 or 5 of them, then they will school together. These two do hang out together a little bit. The fish store only had these two, so if maybe next time if I go back and they have some more, I'll pick up 2 or 3 more to make them all feel more comfortable in this tank. Have a group of them that can hang out together and be buddies together. So the other thing in this video I wanted to talk about is the easiest aquarium plant that I know. So it's in the very back there. I'll show you a closer one of it, but it is called water Sprite. Now I have some right there. That real thin kind of looking stuff, that's water Sprite. It is the easiest, I don't know if now you can see it back there in the back, the easiest aquarium plant to grow. Let me show you some in another tank. So this is my pufferfish tank, and that is the water Sprite there. Now this is one of the things that I've had no trouble growing in this brackish water. A lot of stuff either doesn't want to grow or grows very, very slow in this brackish water. The water Sprite doesn't. It grows fast. This little thing back here was literally 2 stems that I snipped off of another plant. I did that about a month ago, and it's already turned into this. Now if this was in a freshwater tank, it would be double the size of it. That's how quick this stuff grows. And you can even float this on the top of your tank and it would grow even faster. I mean, I've seen it in people's aquariums where it'll literally just be a huge ball floating around. So very easy. I mean, if you can get some, it's usually fairly cheap. You literally have to do nothing to grow this. It will grow in your aquarium, no problem. So wanted to touch on that, and I thought my banana plant was dead in this tank because all the leaves fell off, and when the last leaf fell off, there was actually a little stem underneath it. It was growing straight through the stem of an old leaf. So when it fell off, this is what I found. Besides that top little leaf nub there, that's grown the past couple days. So I'm excited about that because banana plants are brackish water plants, but when I put it in here, it just died, or I thought it did. Like I said in the Tiger Lotus video, when you get plants, they know that they're being moved, and the handling of them and all that, you can get dieback. The plant will die back, and once it gets reestablished in the new aquarium, start to grow and take off. Let me find a good example. So this is my other banana plant. I don't have anything that's currently dying back, but this plant had 3 leaves on it. So this one that comes out this way was a leaf. This one here that comes out and curls down was a leaf. And where this big leaf is now was a big leaf. This leaf, when I put in this aquarium, this leaf died and fell off. That leaf died and fell off. And the middle leaf here did the same thing that my brackish one did. The leaf fell off, and then the stem started dying, and when it died all the way back, there was a half-grown new stem in there, and this is grown. And the difference between freshwater, growing plants in freshwater and brackish water, is I've had that banana plant in that brackish tank for 3 or 4 months now, and that's the growth that's on it. This banana plant has been in this tank really has only been set up for not even a month. So you can see the extreme difference. In the brackish water, everything takes a long time to die back, and then a long time to regrow back to what it was. But in fresh water, it'll die back real quick and grow back real quick. So that's just the salinity in the plant, something about it. I'm not a scientist, I don't know what it is. Something about it does that. So if you ever get into brackish water and want to have plants, when you start seeing a plant die back, and if it dies back a lot, don't just go in there and rip it out. Have a little bit of patience, see if it comes back. I can't stress that enough. Let me go back to my brackish tank. Okay, we're back at the brackish tank. Now you can see, like on this plant, you see all the yellow tips on the leaves? This plant has been in there for probably about a month and a half now, and it is dying back. That's why it's yellowing on the tips. Now, this thing might die all the way back to where it loses almost all of its leaves. And at that point, I'm not going to take it out of there. Just like my banana plant that died all the way back, it took 2 months for it to die all the way back. And I'm just now getting new growth. So this thing might take 2-3 months to die back and then grow. I'm not going to freak out. Now, this dwarf hairgrass that's tied up here, surprisingly, you can see it's dying back, but it has runners coming off of it. Let me find the runners. Those with the white, those are the runners coming off of there. So, but dwarf hairgrass is a very fast growing plant. So if you have brackish water, don't freak out about dieback. Let it die back, have patience. In my tank, I've never killed a plant. I've had a lot of them die back, but I've never killed anything to the point where it just never grew back. So if you have brackish water and you want to get into plants, you gotta have patience. Fresh water, not as much patience. You plant them, they'll die back, maybe. My tiger lotus didn't. Some other plants haven't died back at all. If you do get dieback, you'll have quick regrowth if all the conditions are right in your tank. So, hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see y'all on the next one.